All right. Let's, yeah, that's interesting. This Aussie dollar is bias, weak bias, and yeah, this Aussie dollar is a weak bias going up with no power, and this was perhaps something failed me going long. Was a trade I put on, and I think 3 of my accounts, 2 of them I got stopped out. On the third one, I had the stop in a good place. Next day I looked at the chart and I closed in a few pips of profit. And that's really what they all should have been, actually. Yeah, so there was not really any point to enter long here, because what is even this? So there's no strength here, but we have some gaps down, and we respected the first gap, and also we respected second gap, and now we took out and we get the reaction. So this is on daily, right? And similar thing happened on 4 hour. That's why I marked it out. And you see on 4 hour, we got this, we got down, right, and this. So we can't do that. Okay. Oh well. We got this thing and we got this thing. So that's what I'm entering off. And it's interesting because we turned here in direction 4 hour. That's enough. I thought daily was enough to see it, but on 4 hour we turned here. And then there's a gap. We have one bar. One bar comes into it, into the gap area, which is where I would want to fill. And now the reaction is to the correct side. And because of this, I look on M15, and I want to see the same thing really happen. And this is a bit aggressive because, well, we have down, up, down, up, down, and here, and we have closed down below. So I think this is the 4 hour. So this is gonna be, it's gonna do like this. It's gonna be a line on the 15, and we're gonna probably go here. That's not too good of we're gonna do a model A entry, I think. Right, let me add that to one of my charts. All right, okay, so I added it on one of my swing accounts, and I looked at 4 hour and I noticed something. So here we're not taking out anything, right? But we have huge power gap here. We have reaction down, and okay, might go. So I put the market order in here, but it's funny because let's plot this. All right, let's do it. Okay, so let's say we're protecting this, right? Let's say we're going here. It's quite low. It's gonna be right, and let's go on 4 hour. I'll show you what I just saw, right? So if we look at this, if this is down, and I would say that it's very well picking up and we're reinforcing down, something obvious here, right? This level, we're already testing it. I think it's gonna fail. And if that's the case, we use this gap already. Notice the color, right? Automated by Neo making this, and very nice, but still I already saw it on my other chart where I don't have any automation. And that means that, well, since this is being used, we can target this thing. That means the trade goes to here, which is a bit better, 2.6. I don't know if it's gonna work, we'll see. It also means that with the H4 bias chart, I can trail here. So if we hit this level, I can lock the trade and whatever. So I'm just gonna add that, and then I'm gonna forget about the trade. This is how we do it, right? All right, so yeah, I've added it to, so I'm using CTrader, and it has built-in function, server side, partial close, and trading of positions. In this case, if we go to H4, position will be locked, and yeah, we'll see if we can get to the next one. There was a trade the other day on that's, yeah, we're done. I'm just gonna check it. I'm just gonna add it to another account as well, that I only run on my I'm running a Darwinx MetaTrader account on my phone. I'm just gonna see. Oh yeah, I'm already in this short. Yes, I am. That will be fine. Okay, it's gonna have to be fine. Checking last week's recent action on the swing trades. I'm up just over 5R from last 7 days. Yesterday I checked it and feels nice. And last month was somewhat flat, a little bit down, and last 3 months, that's how the MT5 is showing by default. Last 3 months, quite a bit, so feels good. Anyway, right, we're gonna remove this. We're done with this now. Good. So the other day, what do we have now? I think Tuesday. Let's see if we can find this. We are on H. Right. So this is cable. Okay. I'm looking at this, and we are at where are we? We're at this point in time, I think, or yeah, no, 23. I think I added on 23. So it looks like kind of like this, right? And I'm thinking to myself, okay, power is down. We got power void here, and I want to short this, right? Okay, so I put a short on all my accounts, right? 2 of my accounts, I have the stop just at this level, and I'm taken out by 1 tick, 1 singular tick. I don't remember what the stop was, but maybe 20 or 50 or something like this. But the point to be taken out by the 1 tick, right? And then overnight on futures account, I had to close it, would be down with down by 0.1 R or something, which is, well, silly, but that's the rule for that account. And then seeing it on my one of my FX accounts, still holding, and later hitting profit for just over 2R. This was somewhat of an eye-opening experience, because, well, would be nice to swing that, but perhaps I'll, yeah, very confusing. But I was right in my analysis. But question is, maybe I was a bit silly. So the power void was here, we went down and we come back into it, and the thing I was thinking about is, well, perhaps I shouldn't take that trade, even though I ended up winning on one of my accounts. So I was correct, but my stop loss was just not there, right? What I did break in my rules here was, so the thing is, when we get into gap, right, I want to see the gap function, right? So if there's power here, what should happen? We come into the gap, and gap should hold. That means this 1 bar coming into the gap, we should not close above this level. It's fine to go up, but we shouldn't close. So actually, when we come here, when this bar closes, it's void, and I could probably look for longs, but that would be against my bias. But so this would be void. I didn't do that. Right, and then later we clean this high and become low again. So I thought, you know what, we have power to the downside. This is the bar I was looking at. This reinforces my idea, right? Again, this bar is inside of everything. The spike is just more fuel, and in reality, if price comes above and the reaction is not close above, well, I guess that's favorable for my bias, which was short in this case. Again, same thing, boom, doesn't close, again, boom, doesn't close. And we do go there, right? We see the power. But I think I shouldn't have taken this trade. A similar scenario happened in Euro, but this was more clear, more clean to show, right? And yeah. So now I'm also looking at the short in this area, same kind of idea. We go into it. This one is holding. Ah, yes, we finished it. Okay. Yeah. So again, price moved down, closed lower than this, and I think we should have power here to the downside. And same thing should happen. This bar, a white bar, should close lower or should contain price. Can spike above, but should close within the bar. Doesn't have to close within the body, but within the bar, right? And so we have this now, 1 hour and 30 minutes to go. There is pending news in 5 hours, which will affect the dollar, and that might be the trade. For now, I put a notification in here on 15 because 4 hour and 15, and that is looking like this. This is the 4 hour gap, H4 4 hour, this one. So this is the high of the gap, right? And what I'm seeing here is, well, we are trying to go higher. We rejected somewhat the Asia, and we see London has just started. And I want to see a close beyond this. That's why I have the notification on. And this is kind of what I want to see. Right. Yeah, we will see if that happens. This has a timer set on it for 12 o'clock. Means that the 4 hour bar, which is currently forming with 90 minutes left to go, is set to the same timer as this notification, because at that time it will be lunchtime for the pound, perhaps, for me most definitely, and also it will be, or could be, too close to the pending news that are coming from the US, and I would like to see the reaction from price when the news hits, after, that is. So that's why. Yeah. Okay. I did put on a very nice trade yesterday though, and I decided that, well, actually I have to trade US session, and I have to trade the Apex account. I have to trade it on one of these instruments, and only during US session. And so all these instruments, they go live, or they have active a lot of power and volume during a certain point of time, and it is all during the same time. Because of that, I changed my US session indicator here with the sessions thing to display on 4 hour. You can see it, but on 15, see, to display the CFD session that I like, and it outlines the start of the session, open of the power, and it ends at the EU overlap. So in all reality, at 5 o'clock is enough. But for now I have it at 1800, but I really don't trade after 1700 hours. So this. So as for the trade, I was looking at several instruments NQ was interesting yesterday, and YM was interesting as well. And I can go over someone in this first, because well, I ended shorting the YM. So what was interesting here was, well, so price was falling down, and I was thinking, okay, we're going to go up. Okay, and here price comes into the area, and as we see, we are contained. We go into the price. So in reality, the trade would be here at 0,800. That's not the time of placing trades for this instrument, so I would ignore that. But there's another chance, and if we pick up energy below, we can turn. And so when I got to, well, it's almost out alliance. That's my point, right? We hit the H4 level later on. And when I look at 1 hour, so 4 hour wasn't like, it wasn't there, right? But on 1 hour, this was the gap level. We don't need this anymore. On the 1 hour, we're falling down here, so it would be nice to pick up some energy here to go higher, right? And so we have this gap. We are here, right? And we have this, right? So if you see, right, we are within the thing. And yeah, price comes into it. We have down, up, back in, out, and so the power is up at this point, right? But yeah, we end up going too high. And what I was thinking here is, okay, this is where we got the change from the 1 hour at this level, right? And that's why I was monitoring, because follow the story here, right? So we're falling down. We have the interesting area here. We got the gap, and then I'm inside the gap. We close lower, but we change direction instantly. Okay, boom, 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 and this 0,800 hours confirms the power to the upside. It's not there. It's the wrong time, and we fall down. So this is where we come. This is the high. We come from this area. So that's why I outlined it. So at 3. And look at 1500 hours, perfect. That's when we hit the level, right? So the bar at 1500, after 1500 hours, I'm looking for a long, which did not happen, but look. So from 1 hour, buyers, I go to 5 minutes, okay. And we are here, that's the action session, right? And if I didn't trade with a bias here, I would most definitely short this to like really a lot, because we go up and look, boom, boom, switch here. We go up, we contain, switch again, contain, boom. We retrace and we go lower, and we even pick up energy and confirm lower. So there's like so much power going down, right? But so from the bias 1 hour, we come here and we hit this point, 1545, and at that point I was with a notification set here, because I wanted to see boom, 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 close above for hitting the 1 hour high, or even going for a 4 hour high here, which did not happen. And after time has passed, there's no reason to, right? Also, so the faster 5 minute chart was absolutely leaning to the downside, and we hit the level down here somewhere. I think this is 4 hour. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's no trade on the NQ, other than I was playing around with some concept which has no bearing, because, well, if whatever I'm testing, it doesn't really matter, right? So the YM trade. Okay, so YM. Okay. Now, I think from 4 hour, this is short, because we went here. This was a double level. We gather strength, we come higher. Later we close low, we close beyond this. So I think power is down, and the gap doesn't make the story any less good. So white bar comes into gap. Okay. Next bar respecting gap. Okay. So at 8 o'clock we are fine. We need a reason to go short. 8. Next bar 12. We respect the gap again. We are within the energy, and then so 12. Okay, we go to H1 to see the action. Let's see. And here it's more clear, right? Boom, 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 we get some power here. This, we come into this level here at 1500. And I shorted somewhere here, targeting this low. I didn't think, or I wasn't sure we could hit H4, but I had it in my mind, right? So for the actual entry, this time I used a different model. I saw something else from H1 bias, which is the current bias, right? I dropped to 5 minutes for entry. So here, gap invalidation, bar close. It's not really new concept, but so the idea is, well, first of all, this bar, look at the time, 15:45. There is like going to be 3 more bars is going to be formed. I already know we have rejected the gap here somewhere. We rejected it, and again we reject first bar white with black. Rejection power. Power is stopping Harami formation, right? Second, pin bar. Okay, good. That's what I want. We have a small gap here, and what this black bar is, when we close into the bar, it should react up. It reacted down. Perhaps I made a mistake. Perhaps I should enter on a limit here or on this bar here. But I saw this on the chart and I was thinking, okay, gap is disrespected. Which, when I think about it now, it's wrong. This is the bar which confirms that. So we get into the gap, and then the second bar will show us a disrespect or whatever. So second bar will do it. Now, and that's when I enter the short. Stop above here, or actually stop above H4. No, actually no. Yeah, stop above here somewhere. And targeting H1. 401.6. This particular trade, I have no idea what got into my head, but I was looking at this for a few times and I was eating some food and I saw all these spikes and I was thinking, this is silly. Why are there so many spikes right there? That's odd. And so I closed some partials on some accounts, and I put a stop to break even, which was silly, and I got out for almost nothing. And later we got 1.6. There you go. Yeah, and that is actually not part of my rules currently, so we need to stop doing that. Right. Yeah. And also, with this bar close here, we did have this bar, this box is the previous gap, right? It's this gap, which when this is closed, it's disrespected, and we have the higher time frame showing us energy would be biased to the short side. Also, look at this bar when it closed. We touch the only only gap left on 5 minutes, which means the only defense we have is this, and after this is gone, I mean, this is low hanging fruit, right? Very low. So in reality, what we got here was confirm of the direction, taking out the energy, and then something happened here, and I was just nailing this. I absolutely nailed this. Although I didn't stay in it, but hey, I was on the analysis. So perhaps in this case, I should have done like this. The newly formed gap, right? Perhaps should have entered on a limit here for a way better R. It's easy to say afterwards, right? So in that case, it's futures, so whatever. I mean, that looks kind of cool, right? Something's about to happen. Okay, I don't know. Okay. we can I can fix it. We can do it like this. Yeah, maybe easy to say afterwards, but hey. So that's the model A entry, and the model B entry would be this one for 1, and I did this 1.6. And as I have shown previously many times now, model A is vastly superior with fewer fills, yes, but with better stats, and over a long course of time, that should not matter at all whatsoever. And what's good with the Model A entry, Model B have to be somewhat fast. The tools in the trading view is good. I can just place, I can just go like this, and I can just be, okay, my target is somewhere, and I'll just create a limit. Oh, okay, never mind. I can create a limit, and I can press the market order, right? I can just click the market thing, and I'm filled instantly, and I'm filled with a proper size. Maybe it's not super precise, but proper size. Whereas with Model A, it's, I mean, I got the signal here at 1550. I can put on the trade. I can leave it there to be filled, just in the gap, right? And just now it's beyond the level, because if we go there, we're gonna take out something beneath, right? Remember, I can leave it like this, and I can leave it to live until 1700 if I like, or 1600 if I so desire. And like, this functionality is not present on all my platforms, right? But on some of them it is, and it's so, like, the Model A is so clean. Like, get the signal, the time frame is there. For example, a MetaTrader, let's say I get the signal, I have, like, it hits until it's 30 minutes later. I mean, I have 30 minutes to figure out, like, the lot size and whatever, and enter the position. And I can just tell it, listen, this is the stop, and this is the take profit, and we're gonna live for this long, and that's it, right? So it's very nice. And yeah, and yeah, so Model A is so clean. Yeah, I think that's a lot of me rambling. That's all I got for now. Yeah. If you like the video, like it, and put comments and questions, and tell me I'm talking too much. That's all I got for today. I'll see you in the market.